All right, so you guys are probably wondering, after selling the 4080 Super, exactly what kind of content I'm going to be making going forward. And what better than today at 6 o'clock in the morning to tell you guys that. So guys, since I bought the camera, that gives me the ability to pretty much go and anywhere I want. Like, I'm not tied to the studio anymore. And that's a good thing. Definitely going to be good for my, what do the young kids say now? Mental health. So I wanted to be able to get out, go around and do things. And you know, guys, the whole covering like different GPUs and stuff when I'm, you know, just happy with the AMD setup. I love that 7900 XTX. I love the 7900 XT before that, but now that I can, you know, go and do other things and not be tied to the studio all the time, that just, it makes it, it was starting to feel like a burden, you know, honestly. You know, to have the 4080 Super sitting on a shelf, that was like a $1,200 GPU after tax. It was pretty close to $1,200. So that was just sitting on the shelf. And you know, after buying this camera, the Sony FX30, it you know, this camera was $1,700, $400 for the freaking for the lens that's on there, another you know, like $300 just for a faster memory card to be able to utilize this thing's capabilities. I started noticing just like how much of an investment the cameras are going to be going forward, and just how much the you know, the overall investment is going to be, but how much freedom it gives me to be able to get out and about and do things and like go places and not always feel tied to the studio. It feels so freeing. Like, I feel free. Like I've been sitting there for, I mean, what are we, like three and a half years into this channel? And I feel like, I mean, most of it was obviously COVID. You couldn't really go out and do anything. But now that we're not, you know, we don't have those limitations, getting out of the house and running around and going and doing things, going and being places. You know, when we went down there to see the family the other day, we were up in, you know, up in like this, like the farther north you go from Utah, the more beautiful it gets, the more green it gets. There's just, and I love being up there, but I always felt tied to the studio, so I couldn't just, all right, family, let's go Saturday, let's just go. Now I can do that. Now I have that freedom to be able to just take the studio with me and be able to record, you know, obviously my talking head videos, or like be in a beautiful backdrop. Like here, it's work, it's 6:17 in the morning, gotta be to work at 7 o'clock. This is like my new normal routine. I get up at 5, I get ready, I come to work an hour, you know, have an hour to half hour early every single day. And then I just sit here and I think about videos, you know, video stuff that I can put on a channel. What can I do? Whereas like right now, I can actually just sit here and make a video and talk to you guys and just tell you like the future of the channel. So now that I've done telling you guys all that, talking about the freedom of stuff. So guys, I'm still gonna cover obviously AMD content. I'm very happy with the AMD system overall. I love the way it performs. I love how I can get in there, manage my games, play my games. The new edition of AMD's Fluid Motion Frames 2 is actually going to be a pretty big feature for the AMD GPUs going forward. It gives you another tool in your toolbox to be able to fully enjoy your games however you want to, and that's good. I love that. I love that you get that option to increase your frame rate, especially when you have a higher frame rate or a higher FPS monitor. I just bought the LG OLED monitor, the 39-inch that does 240 hertz. Obviously my TV only does 120, and then my other monitor is 165. So that gives me that higher boost. And you know, guys, playing some of those open world games, running around at 200 frames a second with like the max visuals, it's compelling, okay? It's compelling and it's fun. Obviously, I will be covering camera gear and stuff. You know, like when I'm out doing my studio work out and about away from the house. Obviously, you know, we'll be talking about the FX30 and whatever other camera gear I buy. My other stuff right now is the Sony ZV-E10. That'll be my B-roll camera, and then I also have the Sony ZV-1F. That'll be like my overhead camera for some of the other videos that I intend to make. We're going to be doing more sim racing stuff, you know, throughout the year and stuff. Obviously, you know, having the 3-camera setup is going to make it easier for me to get different types of shots, different types of angles. I want to like redo the studio too. I want to make it, you know, like maybe change the colors around and stuff. There's just a lot of things that I want to do. I mean, we just hit 9,000 subscribers on the channel, and you know, like we are growing. We're not growing super fast, but we are growing to a point where, you know, I want to change things up. I want to, you know, not necessarily take things seriously, because obviously I've been taking things seriously. I've been posting content every single day for the last 3.5 years. So I mean, it's obviously seriously, but I want to be more serious and more deliberate about the content that I make on the channel. You know, maybe less multiple uploads throughout the day, and maybe just more like focus type content. I think that would be pretty awesome. I also kind of want to get into photography a little bit. I want to kind of learn more and do more, learn how to set up my camera, learn how to set up things so that I can get really good shots or really good video and stuff like that. I want to be able to set it up so I don't have to sit and post, you know, adjusting everything after I'm done filming the video. Obviously, I'll still be doing games. We got some games coming out. There's so many, there's just too many ups and downs when it comes to just video game content. And I've noticed, and if you watch other channels across YouTube, you will start to notice that all of them start off kind of like I did, and then they hit this point where it's like, okay, there's nothing coming out, there's nothing to talk about, what do I do, what do I do? And then boom, they just find, or they stumble upon something that gets them a lot of clicks, and so they just start regurgitating everything that everybody else talks about. They just put their negative spin on everything. I've never wanted Frogboy X1 Gaming to be a channel like that. I've always wanted it to be more of a fun place to be, and I feel like if I'm chasing all of that nonsense, I'm gonna just end up the same way. So we're taking a different direction. We're gonna do things differently. You know, we're at least, I mean, I'm not saying that I won't make that kind of content anymore, because I obviously will. But we're gonna be trying new things, guys, and it's gonna be exciting. We're gonna do things, we're gonna go places, we're gonna see, we're gonna touch freaking grass, for freak's sakes, and it's gonna be awesome. So when there's downtime and I'm not doing like a whole lot of video game type stuff, we'll be doing other things, maybe out and about, making videos like this one here. But we also, obviously, we're going to still be covering like the Xbox and the PlayStation and stuff. If PS5 Pro is real, you bet your bottom dollar we're going to cover that on the channel. I would like to see just how close a Pro console can get to like the PC experience, and if Sony still has the magic to do that, and if they could pull it off, Xbox would be stupid not to do that too. So there's just a lot of stuff, guys, a lot of things coming up, a lot of different types of content that I want to make, a lot of different types of you know, tech. I mean, mostly tech, obviously, you know, cameras. I definitely consider these cameras tech, so I don't think it's a bad thing to have on the channel. But yeah, you're gonna have to make room for some of that stuff. And I know this channel can seem very bloated sometimes with just all kinds of stuff, but man, I focus on so many different things that it's crazy. But this is something that obviously is going to help the channel, so I want to get better at it, so you will be seeing more content like that. Yeah, my friends, I think that, you know, I think that just covering AMD, just covering consoles, just covering games, just covering like photography, just covering tech, stuff like that, if it's really interesting, I'll pick it up, I'll cover it on the channel. But if it's something that's just gonna be something to create more like controversy on the channel, I'm not necessarily as interested in doing that type of content. But I will be doing some more of those videos that I did the other night where I was reading the comments and stuff, the negative comments at me. I'm gonna do more of those videos because I like those, and that gives me a way to like answer your guys' questions or respond to your negative feedback, you were right there on the spot. So that was kind of fun, and I did really like that. So if you guys like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good Tuesday morning.